Welcome to Parties Extra. I'm Helen Ford Wallace, and we are at the Oklahoman's video studio with Judy Lehmbeck to talk about weddings and parties. Welcome, Judy.
Thank you.
Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Judy, we always want you to come in and talk about your happy events because you have such good ideas. They are always new and they're always different. So tell us about what you're up to now with your weddings and your parties.
Oh my goodness. This is my love and my passion, so I can go on for hours about it. But, I've done such beautiful, different things this past year, and one of my weddings, it was like the parents have a tree farm, so we decided to use trees as the theme of the wedding. And Troctas, of course, was my florist for the wedding, and Gina captured it so beautifully with her trees by the bars and trees on the tables, and it was just a great occasion. One of my big things, Helen, is to give out kind of party starters, I call them.
You are very, very wonderful at that.
Well, it's fun to find different things, and it started with just the glow stick things and all that, and then advanced to maybe the sunglasses and all.
And the ice cubes.
And the ice cubes, yes, and the lighted up glasses, if you'll remember those, martini and champagne.
I mean, that was my every time people ask what my favorite party was, it was Larry Nichols and Polly's, with the table light up. Everything in the whole building was lighted up.
Well, that was truly a delight, and that was before really lighted things came to Oklahoma City.
That's right.
So it was brand new here, and we did the tables that changed lights with each course.
And the flowers were lighting up too.
Well, and we had the chargers lighting up. Everything was lighting up.
It was excellent.
It was. But, back to my party favors, one of the most fun things now are these sound-activated party favors. And there's a microphone that, everybody pretends they're talking into or singing into, and it lights with the sound of the music.
Controls
so it keeps
the lighting.
Yes.
That's
so
amazing.
It really, they're very fun. I do tambourines, and
those were at the wedding.
Yes, yes.
And that was our own Laurie Everest.
Yes, it was your own Laurie Everest.
Yes.
It was, if we can say names.
I'm saying it.
Anyway, but it just, every wedding takes on an inspiration of the bride.
And you've said that before, Judy, and I think that's lovely. I do. I mean, you listen to what they like.
People come up to me all the time and go, how do you make this country club look so different, or how do you make this space look so different? And it really is the bride's personality.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how many weddings do you help plan during the year?
I like to limit it to about 20 weddings a year because I always pick up some parties, or some corporate. I also, as you well know, coordinate the Bachelor's Club Ball, which is a debutante ball in December. So that kind of makes my year.
So you do about 20 weddings, parties, about 10?
Oh, maybe 10, yeah,
11,
it depends.
12.
Sure.
Well, any new trends in flowers? How about flowers?
Well, I think the new trends in flowers is that there are more and more and more flowers at each wedding.
I saw a picture of a huge ball that was hanging over I guess it was the head table.
The head table, and that was beautiful. That was just a week ago. And
that's recent.
Yes, in fact, there's, and so it was Edison bulbs hanging, and then crystal balls with fairy berries in it, which are lights that kind of glow off and on, just like a lightning bug. And then the big balls of flowers. It was truly beautiful. We used navy blue velvet tablecloths at that one, and it was a beautiful wedding.
Do you use florists all over town?
I do. I
use
do.
a great
Yes.
deal of.
I use who my client wants to use.
And that makes sense.
Yes, I don't choose that.
Yeah, and orchids and tropicals are in.
They are very in, and of course roses anymore. Remember back in the day when if you had roses at your wedding, you were just somebody? Well, now, I mean, roses are like carnations.
Is that right?
It is.
Well, they're beautiful.
Well,
and they smell
are.
so good. I mean, they just smell good, that's all.
True.
So how about cakes?
Cakes are just works of art anymore. Again, if you'll remember, we used to have the stacked cakes or the separated cakes and maybe fresh flowers on them, or the little frosting flowers. Now, honestly, they are painted. They are trimmed in beautiful golds and marbling.
Stylized
and
looking fondant.
Well, no, because these bakers really aren't using fondant anymore. It doesn't taste good. So they're doing what they can do with a very smooth buttercream icing and then decorating it. And the flavors can be absolutely anything in the whole world you want them to be. I mean.
So when you all work with the foods, what do you plan? Do you plan special cake and punch, or do you have
no
dinner and what do you have?
Cake and punch went away a long time ago with the peanuts and mints.
I remember the day.
No, it's usually a menu that is fit for each bride. We try to do some of their loves, you know, the bride and groom have one that, you know, they want all kind of tailgate food. And
how cute is that?
Yeah. And then we've done seated dinners with a steak and fried chicken combination, you know, just to give a little twist to, you know.
Kind of surprises the guests.
It does. It does.
I've seen some with hot dogs and hamburgers.
Oh, absolutely.
And OU, you know,
cakes,
hot dogs or whatever. So yeah,
it's anything you can imagine. And you know, these facilities anymore really have the chefs that can take care of that,
and they
which
have
is
fun
lovely.
doing it too.
Yes.
Okay, now then, we haven't talked about this one in a while, the dance floors. So you've beside your microphones with the lights, you've got these dance floors going.
And they are beautiful.
Monograms?
There's a company in town called Mood Rental, and my friends Lee and Tiffany Stevens own it. And he built for me my first mirrored dance floor. This has been 10, 15 years ago, I wanted a mirrored dance floor for a wedding, and I looked all over the United States for one, and I could only find it in England. So Lee comes along, and I'm talking to him about it, and he said, well, I think I can do that. And since that time, he has done for me white acrylic with gold monograms. The last wedding that I did was white acrylic with a gold monogram, and then it was bordered in a gold mirror, which was absolutely breathtaking. We've done colors. We've done black and white maze, you know, like a tree maze.
That was recent, too.
Yes, it was. So. Black and white check. I mean, he can do anything, and they are beautiful.
Are they lighted?
No, they're not lighted, but they have such a smooth reflection that you can see right into them.
Fabulous.
They are.
Well, do people always have a budget? When you?
Yes.
They always
everybody has a budget, whether it's $1 million budget or a $500,000 budget or a $20,000 budget. They have a budget.
So in this budget, if you set a budget, you have to put the flowers, the invitations, the cake, the band, the rental, the food. There's a lot to put in a budget.
That's when it gets tricky, because some people think a budget for their wedding is simply what goes into the reception, not the gown, not the, you know, but some people, the gown goes into it. Some people take me out of the budget, and, you know, so it really just depends. And a wedding budget is the hardest thing in the world to do.
Well, you want to do everything.
Well, you want to do everything, but you know, you don't know which girl wants to spend $3,000 on her flowers or $30,000 on her flowers. So, you know,
you just have to work it out.
You do. You have to just work into it.
Okay, well, tell us about your most recent party. I think it was a 50th birthday party.
It was a 50th birthday party, and it was a surprise party for a husband, and it was given by his wife. And we did it at the Red Prime on the 2nd floor, and we really turned it into a lodge. She wanted like a ski lodge look.
And so you had plaid.
We had plaid.
Pillows?
We had a cake that was foresty looking. We had furniture around. It was one of the cutest parties I've ever done.
And you did posters.
We did
all
posters of him. From baby to now, and even over the dance floor did birch tree trunks around the dance floor and hung the lights from it. So it was darling, and the florist did that party for me, and it was beautiful.
Fabulous.
So, yeah,
well, I mean,
yeah.
And it was fun too. Like.
Oh yeah.
Did you have a band?
We did have a band. Brought one in from Atlanta. Great band. They were darling and very easy to work with.
And he was surprised, I guess.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Well, and when you mentioned the Bachelor's Club, I loved your decor for the Bachelor's Club. You had crystals and lights hanging down, and for the stage and for the entry of the debutantes.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, you know, the Edison lights are becoming such a big part of
tell us
decor.
about what an Edison light is.
An Edison light is that old-fashioned light that has the, you know, you can see the coil down the middle of it, and it comes in all shapes and sizes. There are huge ones, there are long ones, skinny ones, you know, there are millions of different ones. And
great look.
It was really very, very pretty. It was, the stage was all lit with the velvet. We had a velvet background, and then the lights. And so when you got 30 girls up there with bouquets, it was beautiful.
Oh, the bouquets were pretty too.
Yeah, they were.
And you've been doing that Bachelor's Club for many years.
Next year will be my 25th.
They are lucky to have you, Judy Lehmbeck.
Thank you.
They are really lucky. Well, okay, so can you think of what might be your very favorite party?
Oh gosh, you know, I always tell people that my very favorite party or wedding is the last one I did. And I really kind of mean that, you know? I mean,
they get better and better.
I just love each one, and, you know, after it's over, looking back at it and going, gosh, that went so well.
You're very professional, Judy.
Thank you.
I mean, you are. You're very professional, and you know, it just all kind of goes very smoothly when you're in charge.
Well, you know,
I didn't mean to have you tell your secrets on how your, you know.
Oh no,
but
there are no secrets.
That is true. That is very, very true.
Yeah.
But you do a good job of any of your party planning.
Well, it takes a village, you know, and I have a bunch of vendors that I have worked with, not always the same ones, but I know that any of the ones that I work with all the time, and when they're chosen, it's going to be a beautiful party, because they would do anything for me, and that's kind of the trick behind my success.
Well, I remember you brought in Dewey Bean with the ice.
Yes, yes.
That was when we had ice, lighted up ice cubes.
Lighted up ice cubes and
martini
sculptures.
glasses. You didn't talk about the martini.
Bars. We had ice bars at several of my weddings, which, you know, I haven't done that in a while. I might need to bring that back. And I have to tell you one funny story. As I mean, the ice bars have to go in at the very last minute, as you can well imagine. Well, they were taking in the last bar for this particular wedding because there were 4 of them in a square, and it cracked half in 2.
Oh my.
And we had, Dewey had probably about 20 minutes to get back to his place. Thank heavens he had another bar made up that he could bring, and he was crawling out from under it as the guests were walking in the front door. So, you know, there are a few mishaps, but hardly anybody knows about it. So.
Those, they don't melt very fast.
The bars? No, it takes them forever. You can put them outdoors in the heat, and it takes a long time. But they drip a lot. You know, they're drippy.
I noticed they put a pan underneath there, so it takes that. But,
right.
I just think those are fabulous.
They are.
And you didn't tell about the light-up martini glasses that you serve, chocolate martinis.
Oh, that was for the birthday party, yes. When we sang Happy Birthday, the staff brought out the lighted martini glasses with chocolate martinis in them, and those were flashing, and they were singing Happy Birthday, and the band was playing, and it was pretty fun.
Very festive.
Yes,
very
it was.
So most all this is very much fun.
Yes.
I mean, it's happy. It's a happy.
It's a great job to have. Now, you know, sometimes you wish you'd like to shoot somebody or stab somebody, but overall, it's pretty nice.
Okay, well, any other parties you want to tell us about? Or
well, I have so many coming up that I can't really talk about.
Well,
but,
and you don't talk about them,
yeah,
that's right.
And so, you know, but some of them are just going to be outstanding. So I'll be back in 3 months to tell you about those. How about that?
That's a great idea. And you have holiday parties most generally.
Yes, I do. I have
Christmas?
some. Some, yes. I don't do tons, but I do some. I do some corporate things during the holidays. So.
Well, that's awesome.
And, you know, last year I brought in a, what do you call them, that they read your mind, an illusionist? And
not a hypnotist.
No, and he came in from Kansas City, and he really just blew everybody's mind. It was really,
he could read your mind.
Well, I mean, the things he did, I don't think he can read your mind, but he was so good at what he did that you thought he was reading your mind. I mean, with numbers and stuff, you know, how they do all that, and they write it down on paper, and he was wonderful. So that was fun.
Well, that's good. Okay, anything else you want to tell our viewers?
I could probably go on and bore everybody for the rest of the afternoon.
Do you have a website, Judy?
I do not have a website.
So if they need to get in touch with you, they call me?
It's just, you can go online and find Judy Lehmbeck. I've done enough stuff that, you know, you can find me.
Okay.
Yeah, or they can call you.
I'll refer them over to you. Well, thanks for coming in to keep us informed on the great parties of Oklahoma City. You are such a great help to everyone and always have great ideas. Party on, Judy.
Thank you, Helen.
Thank you.